receiver that got busted for speeding, Marquise Brown, who used to play for the Steelers or the Ravens. Now he's with the Cardinals.
Does Amon Shumpert play for anyone?
I don't think he. I don't remember. I don't know if he was in the league anymore.
He was on the championship team though here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Felony weed possession.
Oh, really?
In Dallas.
And Texas.
He had a sizable amount of marijuana, they said, in his backpack. He also had Glock mags in his bag. No gun, but he had ammo.
Yeah, put the weed in something.
He won Dancing with the Stars. I forgot about that. Athletes, boy, they got a real leg up, if you'll pardon the pun, on Dancing with the Stars. He was on his way to L.A. He was in Dallas, going to L.A. to visit his daughter, and he was concerned about missing the trip. And the officer said, well, you're not going to be making that flight because you're under arrest for felony marijuana possession. 6 ounces.
That's a lot. That's a lot of weed.
Yeah, and he tested positive.
For having what? Positive for
weed, for pot.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well,
we're all high just hearing how much pot he had.
Yeah. I mean, TSA, man, they're going to go through and they're going to. It is amazing.
Well, it's one thing to go through with an amount that you're going to use,
right?
But when you got that much, they're gonna
they nail you for distribution.
Yeah. You go through with some edibles or a pen, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
You gotta ship it.
FedEx, son.
Mm-hmm.
TSA screeners found a plastic bag filled with a green leafy substance, and he admitted it was weed. Again, I don't know how you end up with stuff in your bag when you know TSA is going to go through it. He could face up to 2 years behind bars and a $10,000 fine. Didn't have a gun, but he had a Glock mag, and he had rounds in his bag. Yeah. He last played for the Nets season before this one, 2020, 2021.
All right.
Yep. He averaged 7 points a game in his career. 7 points a game?
Yeah, he wasn't a scorer.
I thought he was a producer. Okay.
He was a lockdown defender. That's what his main role was.
He wasn't a shooter.
He locked down Tiana Taylor. So
are they still together?
I think so. She is so hot.
Well, she's things are going okay for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're still married.
Yeah, I just don't know why you go travel around. You're at the airport.
I know.
Don't bring 6 ounces of weed to the airport.
I'll tell you what it is.
He's a little too high.
I'll tell you what it is.
You forget it's in your bag.
He's a Chicago boy. And what happens is you grow up, and he's not like West Side, far South Side.
It's Oak Park.
Oak Park, Illinois, right? First suburb after the West Side. So you got plenty of West Side friends.
I've been there.
But you cross the street and you're in Oak Park, your first western suburb outside the city. You grow up there, you know, you get on the McDonald's team, you're having fun, and sooner or later, as a young man, somebody goes, hey, try this. And they go, what is it? I call it Sticky Icky. He's a young man, he doesn't know. And he goes, yeah, I'll try some of that. And then you're hooked. One time you're hooked.
Addicted.
To
marijuanas.
Are you taking the pot? That's right. Because he got, who did he get drafted by? The Knicks?
Drafted by the Knicks.
Cavs weren't his first team.
Then traded to the Cavs, and then he bounced around. I think he went to Sacramento after the Cavs.
Oh, he went from the Knicks to the Cavs.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, we'll see what happens, but thank you whoever sent me that, because I hadn't seen that. I hope that's not in the sports break, Poundcake. I don't want to step on your toes.
It is not.
Okay.
Making tweaks now.
Tweaks. All right. Because that was, I was told it was breaking news, but it happened on Saturday.
No, I haven't thought about him in quite some time since I saw him at Barroom.
At the bar room?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, not Barroom. Sorry, Barley House.
Oh.
Barroom. Barroom. That
What's
was
Barroom?
Like, Barroom used to be where, do you know where actually it was like almost by our old studio, or our new studios. The Cadillac Ranch, have you heard of that at all?
Mm-hmm.
It was the same. I feel like Barroom was like the junior version, or the same bar owned by...
In that same spot?
Different bar owned by the same people, yeah. Barroom was in the back.
That was after Cadillac Ranch? Or was part of Cadillac Ranch?
It was in the back of Cadillac Ranch.
Oh,
so I
okay.
think it was probably owned by the same owners. But that used to be... They had a teen night, and that's how I heard about it.
That far back. You were a teen?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was still in high school.
Okay.
And
I mean, I had been to Cadillac Ranch. I think I was there when like EV was spinning or something, but I don't remember Barroom. Was it a juice bar? Was it for kids? For teenagers?
No, Barroom
under 21?
They had a teen night.
Ah.
But no, they had Cadillac Ranch in the front. That was with the mechanical bull, and I remember. And we couldn't go in there because it was they didn't have a teen night. It was all drinking. But in the back, it was a really cool bar area, and that was the closest thing I ever came to at that time, being in like a real club. I was like, ooh, let me go get a Monster. Let me go feel cool. You guys go play for the 15th time in a row.
All right. Did they have juice clubs in Cleveland? Did they have like under 21 clubs? Specifically?
I was never going to those because I was going
They had them, I assume.
I'm sure there were some of those, but I remember just going to, I go to like Peabody's and stuff, but Peabody's would do daytime Battle of the Band shows. So you go there on a Saturday, get there around like 12. Your friends would play at like 1 to all the other like teenage bands that like there was never super packed, but it was fun. And we felt like we were just not like in high school. So we're like, hey, we're downtown. We're at a rock club. This is awesome.
Yeah.
It didn't even occur to us that like, wait, it's the middle of the afternoon. They might be.
There's no windows though.
Yeah. It was
light
still
outside.
fun.
Yeah.
And you're still playing at a real club, so it felt cool.
Alan, speaking of Mitch Hedberg, he said, I like my FedEx driver because he's a drug dealer and he doesn't even know it.
Yeah.
That's a good one, too.
See?
Alan Cox Show After Hours line. Anytime you just want to drop us voicemails there, you can use it. 216-986-8903.
Hey, guys. This is Tia, 314 from the Blacklist. So I actually have a question. And I hope I'm not wrong when I come off this way, but I just want to settle something that's been bothering me for a while. So last Wednesday, I went to the Rage Run the Jewels show. I saw something that was a little bit odd for me. Walking past, getting to my section, and I'm walking past a lady who has a toddler strapped on her. And this baby couldn't have been no more than 3-4 months old. I found it a little bit odd because it's a baby for one, and a Rage Machine Run the Jewels show at the Romo Fijo. So my question is, am I a bitch for thinking a baby shouldn't be here? Or I can understand that things may have came up. Maybe they couldn't find a babysitter, but I don't know. A toddler at a rock concert, I don't know. Your thoughts? Love you, bye.
It doesn't even sound like a toddler. If they had a baby, why would you ever take a small child to the Rage Against the Machine show? I don't think that makes you a bitch. I mean, listen, I know that show was like postponed for 2 years. And if you were holding on to tickets, you're like, well, I don't want to eat these tickets. But why would you take a baby to a concert?
There's no better way to rage against the machine than destroying the ears of a small child.
I see. You're raging against the parental mores machine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Raging against the good decisions machine. I turn that thing right off.
Did she say the baby had the like protective ear wear on though?
She didn't say.
Okay.
I think she would have mentioned it if it had.
I think if you take, it's just weird. Don't bring a baby to a concert.
I mean, if we go to a show that's outside and our daughter is with us, we give her those ear things, you know? And she's 6. Why would you take... I don't know. No, Tia, I don't think that makes you a bitch.
No, I'm with you, Tia.
I don't know how much those tickets were either. Bill was up there raging. He was raging against the machine in the suite.
I think it was like 150 or 200. I wasn't in a suite. I was just in the club seats is what they're called.
Club seats.
Club level. Not club seats, but club level, which is, it wasn't any perk that night. It's just a club level. Oh. So you walk past all the people that are in the suites, and they're like, no, you go over here.
Oh, I see.
You don't get into the suites.
But somebody messaged me and said, hey, did I see you last night at the Phish show? I saw somebody look like
Phish show?
I was not at the Phish show.
Why would you go see Phish? You don't even like Phish.
Well, they don't know what I like. I mean, and they were like, "Oh, I saw somebody. Did you go see Phish?" I'm like, "I absolutely did not go see Phish." But they did a write-up in Cleveland Scene. Whoever wrote it did it from the perspective of a newbie. They were like, "I don't know anything about Phish. I went for the first time. I had preconceptions, obviously. Some of those were dispelled. They put on a good show. But he said what jumped out at me was, he said it was a 3.5-hour show with an intermission.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Let's say the intermission was 20 minutes long. Let's just say, right? Well, they also, in his article, he put the set list. There were 16 songs.
Yeah.
That's like 12 minutes a song.
Yeah.
That's, I mean...
Listen, I
get that people
a lot
love
of Phish shows
wow.
on YouTube during lockdown. My ex-girlfriend was very into Phish, so we turned these things on, and they are marathons. And you turn on a song, and like they start playing a song, and she's like, "Oh, I love this song," and be like, "Oh yeah." And I got to know
sounds
a
like
few
the
of
other
them.
ones.
Yeah, they're just jammy, but like I knew some of the lyrics at some points. But yeah, they just keep on going because they get into a groove and they just keep on. And people like it. I don't mind it.
It's too monotonous for me.
I didn't mind it at all for that time, but like,
I mean,
she would still be dancing at hour 3, and I'd just be sitting on the couch with the dog, like, okay,
right,
I'm good now.
Yeah. Was she high?
No, she was not much of. She would drink, but she wasn't high.
Anyway,
she would drink.
The person who wrote it up was
we
like,
would drink. I mean, during
right
those
during lockdown,
like the hardcore lockdown when bars weren't open.
Yeah,
we were putting
really
handles of whiskey away on probably twice a week. We'd go through one.
Yeah, we weren't drinking.
Now you have to keep in mind, she was a restaurant worker, and so she would drink the whole time.
Oh, this was right. This was Butthole Girl.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So I'd do my fair share. Especially on the weekends when you had nowhere to go.
Yeah, no, I don't. Phish is just not my vibe, but people have a good time, and it's like kind of hippie parrot heads or whatever. And you know,
I'm just at a point.
I know they famously do those 9-hour New Year's Eve shows, and I'm like, I would,
I like giving Mary.
If you're tripping, it's probably a good time.
I like getting Mary worked up about country music because it's so easy to do, and it's fun. But if somebody enjoys something, I'm not trying to yuck yums anymore. I just
have a good time.
Yeah, if you like it, enjoy it. Life's too crappy and too short to try and crap on something somebody else likes.
People came all over me.
Yeesh.
That's how you know you had a good time. No, so that was not me at the Phish show last night, and I assume they didn't have an opener. I mean,
I don't think so.
Probably nobody opening for Phish, you know what I mean? If you go see the Dave Matthews Band, which is also a jam band, you'll see an opening band or something. But I've never been... Maybe
just so you know...
At some point, I will probably go to a Phish show, just so I can speak to it with a little bit of knowledge. I've never been to one, because it's just not my thing. But
And when they say they're jam bands, I was very disappointed. It doesn't have anything to do with preserves. Here I am. I'm excited. Like, okay, maybe I'm not that into Phish, but I love a good jam. And then all of a sudden, no jelly, nothing.
Right. Not even out at the merch tables.
No.
You think you'd go out and you'd see somebody with a sign that says Farm Fresh Preserves, right? Blackberry Smoke. Something. That's a band. But, that would be a good name for a jam band. I guess they are a jam band. Blackberry Smoke. Alan, I saw Phish a bunch of times. 20 years ago, half the time I forgot what song they're playing. That's what I'm saying.
That's how people are. They're like,
right.
We're just having a good time.
So you're kind of... So that's always been my question.
Psychedelics.
Do you like the experience and you've just attached it to Phish? Or, like... If you meet somebody who goes, Phish is my favorite band, I've seen them 100 times, I'm always like...
They know all the songs.
They know all the songs.
They know when they played them, and they go, oh, this version that they played in 2004 in New Jersey is the best version of that song, and then you'll get someone else like, no, I saw that. That wasn't the best. The best was in 1998 when they played it here. And so you can make it your personality.
Yeah.
And they do.
Which is fine. Like,
no,
you might be someone lacking a personality. You should find something.
I'm not saying that's their... Maybe I am. But it makes them happy, and it's a deep dive. It's like people that get into Star Trek, or you can get that deep into Star Wars, and it's a never-ending wormhole to go down to enjoy something that makes you happy. So
especially if you like that vibe, because you don't have the Grateful Dead anymore, right? So it's rare that you'll find somebody like, I love Phish, but boy, I hate the Black Crowes, or I hate stuff like that. So that's your vibe, and that's fine. But long story short, no, that was not me at the Phish show. I did not go out there. Tia texted me, by the way. She said, I saw nothing on that baby's ears, and those tickets were $150 a pop.
Yeah, that's right. $150.
Alan, I've seen infants at ICP shows multiple times. Little tiny juggalos, right? They got the...
Juggalos be tripping, yo.
Boy, that's true. I wonder if they've got the makeup on them. Do you put the makeup on the baby's face? You've got to.
If you're a real juggalo, you do.
Or juggalette.
Juggalos be tripping, yo.
Something to consider. So, yeah, one of these days, I imagine I'll take in a Phish show. A Phish show, if you will. Blackberry smoked salmon jam. It's pretty good. Pretty good. So, yeah, those kind of string cheese incident, widespread panic, Humphreys McGee, all that, if you like, and I'm a drummer, there's a part of me where I go, I should like these bands. I mean, they're technically proficient, and it's too much of a ostensibly good thing, I guess. Dave Matthews Band I like. I'll watch Carter Beauford all day long, but they're not doing 15-minute songs.
Beauford D's nuts.
Oh, Bofa D's nuts. I got to take a break. I will have those Rise Against tickets for you. Ain't no 3.5-hour show there, even with the Used and Census Fail on the bill. It's going to be August 17th at Jacobs Pavilion, so if you dig any of those bands, I'll get you set up after the break. 35192 if you want to text, and we'll be back.
It's the Alan Cox Show.